Eddie Cupini is CEO of Kansas City staple Cupini's Italian Restaurant off Westport Road and State Line. If you want to see Italy, feel Italy, and taste Italy, then Cupini's is your restaurant to do all those things and much more. Eddie sits with Enterrupt KC to discuss he and his father's journey all the way from Rome, Italy to Kansas City. These two created the idea of Cupini's from scratch, and their idea has turned into a Kansas City must for all locals and visitors when it comes to Italian food. They proudly serve some of the freshest homemade recipes you can eat. Trust us, their lasagna is one of a kind. Join us as we get to know Eddie Cupini and the story of the restaurant Cupini's and so much more. This is Enterrupt KC. Enjoy this episode.
Welcome back to Enterrupt KC, the podcast dedicated to people, places, and things right here in Kansas City. I'm your man D-Rod, JL, right here to my right, man. What's up, JL?
Man, the world, man. It's a nice day. I don't know if people won't be able to see the what's outside, man. It is a beautiful day in Kansas City.
It's great.
It's a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. I mean, it's just the weather's changing. Hopefully, we had some really cold weather here this past week.
We did. It got a little chilly, man, but it's still.
People had power issues. Shout out Nick. Shout out Nick.
Yeah, man.
People had power issues, but yeah, man. No, how's things going for you, man? Good.
Man, things are going good, man. Things are going good. I'm just, woke up early, man. Come down here. I see you got that good coffee there.
Yes, sir. Shout out Dulcinea, man. Café Corazon. Shout out.
Yeah. I should have got one, but.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good. My bad.
I'll tell you what, man. I don't want to waste much time, man, because I'm ready to see Italy. Mm-hmm. Feel Italy and taste Italy with our guests, man.
Forget about it, man.
What do you think? This is what I saw on the website, man. So I'm excited to do all this and have this conversation.
Man, this guest that we have, man, is iconic, man. I mean, this whole location, bro, is like... Man, I
can't wait.
I've been here many times, many times, man. And let's just get on into it, man.
Yes, sir. So we're going to interrupt our guest, Kansas City. And by interrupt, we mean introduce our guest.
Yes, sir.
None other than the man himself, Mr. Eddie Cupini. What is up, Eddie?
Benvenuti, everybody. Hello.
Hey.
Ciao.
Ciao.
How's everybody doing? Huh?
Okay, what'd you just say, man? Because...
Welcome,
Okay.
Yeah,
I was just partly joking.
Well, ciao is also could be goodbye.
Yeah, hi and goodbye.
Hi, goodbye,
in Italy.
Ciao.
So if you don't know, you'll learn how to speak Italian when you come here.
Yeah.
Are you fluent in Italian, Eddie?
Not fluent. My father is.
Your
definitely.
father?
Yeah,
Okay.
He was born and raised.
Did he yell at you in Italian?
Yeah, I know all the cuss words. Trust me.
Right. Well, we're gonna hear about those too, man.
I can't wait to talk about that, man. Well, hey, Eddie, man, appreciate you joining us, man. Thank you for letting us come to Cupini's over here in Westport, man, right out here at Westport Road. So, what is the address here, Eddie?
1809 Westport Road. We're right on the corner of Westport and State Line.
Okay. Yeah. And how long have you guys been here now?
Since 2003.
2003. Yeah. So that was a little over 20 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're going to be in April. It'll be 22 years.
Wow.
Oh, nice, man. Nice.
Man, and D-Rod, like we were saying, been here several times.
Oh, my God, man.
By the way, the Italian food is great, but I got to say, man, the pizza, fucking amazing.
Oh, my God.
Golly, shout out, man.
Of course, that was the first thing I
amazing.
tried because I'm a pizza fanatic, man.
Yeah.
And just the way, and then, we're going to get into all of it.
Yeah. But listen, Eddie, man, what we do, man, is we just try to start at the early beginnings, man, of Cupini's, but of yourself, too, man, your family,
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I know this is the first time you've been on a podcast.
Yes.
First time.
First one.
Wow.
Yeah.
So thank you. We're excited to be the first.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about your family, man. Talk about you, man. Where are you guys from, man?
Right. My dad was born and raised in Rome, Italy.
Wow.
He was born during the Second World War.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, there was a lot of history going on at that time.
A lot going on.
His brother was stealing potatoes from the Germans.
Really?
And he got caught and almost got killed and was bringing it to the family. His father was in the army.
Yeah.
So this was during like the German takeover or Nazi takeover, really?
Correct.
Wow.
Italy, and then the U.S. came in and helped finish that, right? You know,
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
Thank
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Thank
I'm
God,
sure
man.
I'm sure the stories are endless, brother. Right?
Yeah. It's some of his stories that he tells us. It's just like amazing.
That
Like
history.
And your dad's name?
Franco Cupini. It's actually Agostino. is his-
Agostino.
yeah,
Agostino.
but he goes by Franco. So,
Franco.
Yeah.
Well, shout out Franco,
Shout out
man.
Franco.
Yeah,
He's over here, right here, just
Yeah.
watching us like he better not screw up this story.
Oh, he did say he was going to jump in here and say something too.
Yeah. So,
But so he's Italy, man. So talk about
yeah, he started when he was like 14 years old to going to a culinary school, working on board a ship. You know, worked at the Grand Hotel in Italy. Then had the work with the president of Italy.
Oh, okay.
Got selected
Oh, wow.
on the committee there. So he's been over to London, and they had to figure out the food to make sure their diet was correct. Before they bring the people from London over.
Yeah.
So
So, I mean, back then, I don't know if your father's, talked to you or shared this with you. Back then, during those times, man, how does somebody get into cooking? I mean, everybody cooks, I would assume, right?
yeah, well, that's true. But in some point, like he's always watched his mother, growing up cooking, and always in the kitchen tasting the sauce and whatnot, and he went to culinary school, and one of his famous stories is the first day of school, the instructor put a spoon in his pocket, and he's like, "What was that for?" And he goes, "Don't worry about it. I'll tell you at the end of the year." And so finally, at the end of the year, he goes, "Sir, what's the spoon for?" And he goes, "Make sure that spoon's in your pocket every day when you come to class too." That was the other thing I missed, but so he comes to class every day with that spoon, and the last day he's like, "All right, so professor, what's the spoon for?" He goes, "You like the restaurant industry?" And he goes, "Yes, sir." He goes, "Well, you take that spoon and you eat the shit and keep smiling because it's not that easy."
Wow.
Yeah.
man.
So, I mean, is it like a cutthroat, industry kind of
It
back
is.
then, especially?
It's a very hard, industry to
Right.
be successful in.
Right.
It's
I imagine it's pretty demanding, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and we had a conversation with we had Vince Paredes, the chef of the Farmhouse.
Yep.
And he was breaking it down a little bit, saying how, and we all know this, man, about the artistry, the cooking. I mean, a lot of ingredients got to
Right.
be precise.
Right.
So I mean, to the point of the instructor or the guy teaching, with the spoon, you got to
Right.
eat the shit. I mean, whatever it is, you got to put it together and make it
right.
work.
Yeah. I mean, and you got to make the flavors work for everybody.
Right.
You're not just making it for your mouth, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's our thing too. We say if we can't eat it, you can't eat it. Because it's not good for my mouth. It's not good for yours.
Hey,
Hey, man, that's good.
I think,
That's good
man,
words,
I'll tell you what, man, we have good flavor then, because I'm going to say we, because I love the fucking food here, Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
I could imagine, man, your dad's experience with that background coming up, the way he came up World War II, like you mentioned, man, going into kind of a cutthroat, teaching, right?
Right.
He had to groom you and teach you similarly, right?
Right.
Can you talk about that a little
Yeah,
bit?
definitely. Growing up with my father, he was I was an only child with my father growing up, and he had me since I was 6 months old.
Yeah.
So we moved back to Italy when I was 6 months old, and lived there. He was working at the Grand Hotel then
What part of Italy?
in Rome.
Rome. Oh,
Yeah.
actual Rome.
And,
okay.
and the family is actually in Frosinone, which is about south of Rome, about
Okay.
20 kilometers. So, but he would travel back and forth from work to Frosinone, where Grandma and Grandpa used to take care of me. And so I got sick, and we were at the hospital, and the doctor said, "Oh, you can't come in here." And my dad was like, "No, that's my son." And he was like, "No, you can't come in here." He goes, "You're going to go through the window if I don't get to see my son."
That's right.
And so, over there, you have to bring your own sheets, to the hospital back in the day. It's a little different. So, but we ended up coming back to the United States because I was not doing well. And when we got back to the United States, my dad was working, 3 jobs to support me and him,
sure.
and I was going to school. It's hard for me because I didn't have a parent at home. I would stay at home sometimes
Yeah.
by myself.
So it's just you and your dad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was just it. My
Okay,
dad was
gotcha.
divorced. So, and I would, I remember nights, it was, winter, and we had no heat. We had electric heater in one room. We'd sleep together. We were, it was struggle then.
That builds, man. Them childhood memories and those things that, and I'm sure at that time it was bad, but you weren't thinking about it like that.
No, you're happy. You're still,
man.
People understand, even people that don't have much, sometimes it's even better. The love you have for your family is so strong.
Right.
You don't know how much you love your kids until you have your own kids, is what I believe.
100%,
and eventually my dad was, he's working at a restaurant, and he was like, why don't you come with me, and help out. So I started when I was 7 years old, washing dishes on the milk crate,
Right.
And then, from there, when I was like 9 years old, I started with the bow tie at a 5-star restaurant. I was out.
Wow.
Yeah,
and this is back in Rome?
Back in St. Louis.
Oh, St. Louis.
St. Louis. This is Agostino's little place.
Okay.
Off of Manchester.
Yeah.
And
because St. Louis has this little Italian neighborhood up there, the Hill.
Oh, the Hill. Yes. Yeah.
It's not up there.
It's not there.
Not there. Okay,
not the restaurant wasn't there, but. I'd come in and serve water, do the bread and butter, and like Betsy Bruce.
You're just learning how to interact with people in a kind of a industry like a restaurant industry, right?
Yeah, just
the ropes, man.
just going to work so I could spend time with my dad.
How were people? How were people toward you, man, when you were?
They loved me because they're like this little cute little boy. Like Augie Bush would come in. Bernie Federko from the Blues, and Betsy Bruce from the News.
Wow.
We had all kinds of celebrities would come in to this restaurant. It was a nice restaurant.
And your dad was like the executive chef there, or the
no?
chef?
He actually was a waiter on the floor there.
Wow.
So his friend Agostino that was in the kitchen, but my dad would help him out in the kitchen sometimes, but he was mostly on the floor, so I was with him like this little busser running around. And
you got any pictures of you like that still, man, with that bow tie on?
I'd have to find them. We'd have to think. My dad, I'm sure my dad does, because he's got boxes of photos, and he used to do photography. So
did you get tipped back then?
Oh yeah. Sometimes it was better than the others.
I was gonna say
I bet.
Slide that guy,
little
boy, $20.
$20
back in the day was a lot of money.
Yes, sir.
Man, $200, man.
Sure.
Man.
So, and my dad would say, "Hey, you want that bike? Work for it." So
that instilled that work ethic in you for sure.
I have to learn how to, make your money and how to spend it and save, and a lot of the money I'd give back to Dad so we could pay bills.
Right. How long were you guys in St. Louis?
My dad went to St. Louis in '68 to help his brother Carlo, which his brother met a lady from St. Louis in Rome, and they fell in love, and she brought him back to St. Louis. They opened a restaurant, and then my father's told him, "Hey, you need to go help your dad or help your brother in St. Louis with this restaurant." And he was like, "Dad, I've got a great job. I'm working with the president of Italy. I don't need to go anywhere." And like, no, you got to go help your brother. Right. So he left and came over here, and in '68, and then started helping my dad's brother. And eventually, things fell out with his brother's wife. They got a divorce. The relationship split up, and the restaurant ended up closing. So
wow.
But from there, they were doing liquor sales, my dad and his brother. After that, they were working in restaurants. The Seventh Inn was a big one that they used to work at together.
Seventh Inn.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
That does sound familiar. Yeah. So, man, cooking and learning that skill, man, like on your dad's part, somewhere, somehow, the idea of creating and establishing Cupini's, the restaurant, right? Do you remember those early conversations with your dad?
Sure. Well, I moved to Kansas City, started an import business, importing olive oil and tomatoes, artichokes, stuff like that.
Okay.
Straight from Italy.
Straight from Italy.
Yeah.
And I had a friend that was down at Dina DeLuca, Joe DiMario, and he was like, "Hey, you know anyone that makes some fresh pasta, or can you come down here?" And I was like, "Sure, I've been making it since I was a little kid." We had our restaurant in Granite City, Illinois, which was called Taste of Italy. We used to make fresh pasta there, and I used to make it with my dad.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, I could do it. So I ended up buying a machine and taking it down to Dina DeLuca and working the mornings down there, making fresh pasta for them. And then restaurants started calling and saying, hey, can I get some of this pasta wholesale and this, that? And I told my dad was at the Ritz-Carlton in St. Louis, the executive chef there, and he was coming back and forth from St. Louis to help me out. And, he was like, you know what, this town needs something. And I was like, all right, you want to do something? He was like, yeah, go find a place. So I actually was driving around with my best friend, Hippolito Martinez from the Navy. Yeah. And we're looking for a spot. And we drive past Westport Road here, and there was a sign on the window, and it said, for rent. And so we gave him a call and came in, and it was just a little 1,500 square foot building just where you walk in, that first part there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the first entryway.
The first entry, that was it. And then, she was like, oh, it's going to be X amount of dollars. And I was like, where do I sign? And so I didn't even question it. And then I called my dad. I go, we got a spot.
What was it? Do you know?
What years this building was built? The 1809 Westport Road, the whole building there was built, and it was Swanson's Deli. So they used to grow kippers in the basement, smoke them downstairs. There's an old walk-in cooler down there.
Oh, okay.
So, but I'm not sure what was in that 1,500 square feet prior to me. I think it was some kind of retail of some sort. But next door was a salon. And, we opened up in 2003. And we just had that 1,500 square feet. We had one deli case there, and we had a very small kitchen. We were making things on the fly sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Like we run out of salad dressing, and it's like, we're out of dressing, let's go. And we were making cannelloni sheets and little. A fry daddy, like a little, blanching because we didn't even have a stove. So all we were doing is baking and doing cannelloni and
what was the early menu version, the first version menu?
Yeah, it was probably half of what we have there now. Yeah.
And was it actual
it was sandwich
dine-in?
pizzas? It was like dine-in of like 3 tables.
Okay.
I was making the pasta in the front window. Then we had the deli case, and then that small little kitchen. We had a little bathroom and a little dish room. And we didn't have much AC in here. It was so hot. I remember we were drinking pony kegs a day. It was so hot. At the end of the night, we'd strip down to just our muscle shirts and mopping and cleaning and trying to clean it up.
And what year was that?
That was 2002 when we were, setting up and doing all the construction, and then 2003 when we opened.
I grew up in this neighborhood, man.
Yeah.
I grew up just right off of 39th Street.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I swear, I think I remember that pasta in the
in the
window, man.
I
remember.
remember.
Course, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, that brings back some memories.
Yeah.
And then even where the room we're sitting in, I've never been back here.
Right. This used to be Westport Glass Company, and they were here for like 30 years.
Yeah, I remember that.
So the rest of the history over there is, we had 1,500 square feet, and we had access to the basement. And the guy next door in the salon, he was like, oh, my customers don't like the smell of garlic, this, that. And I said, oh, yeah? Okay. Yeah. So every morning I'd go down there and burn garlic. And he was like, a couple more weeks of that. And he was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So
you were like,
kick rocks.
Dad, guess what? We got the spot next door, too.
Yeah. So we knocked a hole in the wall. And then as soon as we knocked the hole in the wall, we got a write-up in the USA Today.
Oh, really?
It was like, what? Like, national publicity right off
for knocking the hole in the wall.
No, just the food
for the food.
Yeah,
got you.
So
and how many employees was it early on, Eddie?
It was myself, Hippolito, my dad, and another investor, and we had another guy doing dishes.
Wow,
that was it. 5 of us.
5.
But we were open to close every day.
Was there a lot of yelling?
Oh, yeah. There was.
Frago, man.
I can imagine Frago was like, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I like when I walk through here to this side is the basement,
Right.
cellar or whatever. Like
Yeah.
you don't see those things here, man. I mean, I don't.
Right.
You know, we don't ever. I mean, of course, it's behind closed doors. You know.
Sure.
But you know, when I walked across, I looked down. I was like, oh man, that's where all the goods are.
Right. Yeah.
That's
So
where all the goods are.
that's
Yeah, man.
so we just put some dry goods like down there, you know, and paper products that we store, but nothing else. We don't cook down there at all.
Right,
You know,
right.
Those years are over.
Yeah, I was thinking more like a meat, you know, because like in the city in New York, right? Like you see that everywhere. That's how
for sure.
all the restaurants, man.
For
in
sure.
Little Italy. I mean, everybody's dropping down there,
In the
taking
cellar.
everything down in the cellar, man.
Sure. So
That's what it reminded me of actually a little bit walking through here. I saw the cellar and I was like, man, this is like New York walking through here.
That's what I was saying, man.
Right.
Oh man.
So I mean, it started off with no money. You know, like we honestly were like scrounging for money to get the doors open.
Right.
You know, putting money on credit cards and and whatnot, and then you know we expanded in that first year to that other 1,500 square feet. So then now we had 3,000 square feet. And a couple of years later, Westport Glass Company here, they said, "Hey, we're leaving," and we're like, "We'll take it." You know, so we need a bigger kitchen. So we busted through the walls here, and then put that commissary in the back, which made the difference for our growth. You know, so we could really start to expand. You know, and we did expand to 6 other restaurants in the city at one point.
Is that right?
Yeah, we
because I remember you were.
We're in Parkville. We're in Liberty.
Oh yeah.
We were in
Leewood, ain't it?
Leewood.
Yeah.
We were in Lee Summit.
And then you went out to a college town, I thought.
Yeah, we went out to Warrensburg.
Yeah.
So a lot of we were trying to grow maybe too fast, and we were trying to use our employees but try to let them get some of this growth. And learn.
Try to invest in
it.
Right.
And, we love our customer. Our employees here. We have employees that have been here for 20 years with us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
what's their names? Which ones?
Matthew Mullinger and Alfredo.
Shout out
Okay.
Alfredo.
Yeah,
and
so
Matthew, man.
they've been here a long time. They're in everybody's family. Even if you start working here tomorrow, you're still family with us.
Sure.
'Cause you could go anywhere and work anywhere.
For
but,
sure,
You
for sure.
chose to come to Cupini's.
Yeah.
So, but they're
Well,
bringing in
looks
some
like we got
food.
something.
Man.
Yeah, they're bringing in a little pizza for you.
Jackie,
the
can you-
lasagna
Bring that
Jack,
over.
can you get a video of that or a photo or something
Got-
for us?
and the white chocolate mousse. That's how I won my wife's heart.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she came in and we fell in love. So
Wow.
she fell in love with the food and then me.
There's something on the front of the bottle.
You know what they say,
Yeah.
man? The way to a person's heart is through the stomach, right?
Yeah, and that's our homemade limoncello.
Okay.
We're making.
You guys make that here?
Yes.
Is that like a lemonade? I don't know what it is, brother. Is that
Yeah.
like a lemonade?
Yeah.
Or what is that? A wine?
Yeah, it's got a little lemonade with a little kick.
Oh, really? Man,
So,
look, we
but,
might need a cup. Here.
It's more of an after dinner drink, just a little
right.
sip. But it's funny because you'll see people when I come in the day or something, walk by and they'll have a bottle at the table like they're drinking it like wine, So, but hey, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, man, no doubt.
We might be there one day. I don't know. I mean, this has to substitute for alcohol because I just can't do it no more. I don't know. Maybe not.
Do what? What are you talking about?
No, just joking. The lemonade wine looking bottle.
Yeah. That looks good, man.
Why don't we bring those over here and that way we can
Try them out.
Man,
make
look at
people
that.
jealous and watch us eat some of this stuff.
Well, let them know what to come and get. Like this is the lasagna.
Yeah.
So what is this? What is this again?
That's our margarita pizza.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get some of that.
And then our lasagna. This is our white chocolate mousse. And then our,
Get this
our,
White chocolate
our
mousse.
limoncello.
Nice.
Yeah.
white chocolate mousse.
Yeah.
Limoncello.
Yeah.
Awesome.
White chocolate
right.
mousse. Man, look.
So there was 5 people early on, Eddie, is what you
Yeah.
were saying, man. 5 people
Yeah.
early on. You guys man, you guys are cussing each other out, trying to figure this thing out, right? You talk about the growth a little bit, at least the expansion of the restaurant.
Right.
What would you say, man, like particularly in those when you're expanding, here at this location, what was the key to your success, man, here at Cupini's? What did you feel like people were coming back for regularly?
Sure. It's the quality of the food. You're getting high quality for an affordable price. So
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just alone, even you hand making your pasta.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody wants that, bro.
Everything's fresh.
Everything's
I mean,
fresh.
we get our tomatoes from California, and they're off the vine. They're canned within 5 hours. Then they come here, and then we make our sauce from it. It's the highest quality tomato.
So when you source that stuff, man, like, did you guys spend time going out and finding the sources of all your ingredients?
Definitely. You have to test everything and make sure it's all.
Was that right up front, or did you just learn that over time?
Well, my dad, through the years of knowing product and quality here in America, so he knew about that tomato. So we actually went out there and spoke to them and started, bringing that in for us to make the sauces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then
so the tomatoes are from California.
Yeah.
Okay. What about cheese? Is it
the mozzarella?
Mozzarella.
Yeah, it's made here in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Yeah. So it'd be great to get the European blends, but it's a lot more expensive, and you can definitely taste the difference, but you have to sometimes go with what the economy can give you too, right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, like one thing, man, that I've heard more over the last, I say 3-4 years, Eddie, and I wanted to get your thoughts on this. I've heard that the pasta made in the United States is significantly different than the pasta made in Italy.
Well, the eggs are even different because, when you see an egg in Europe and you crack it, it's yellow, like bright yellow, like orange yellow.
Right.
Here it's creamy, milky looking. It's not the same. So
steroid eggs.
Well, and to your point, I think what it is the flour is what I've heard.
The flour is definitely
what it is.
What is different about it? Like, do you know, or the way it's farmed?
Yeah,
or,
I'm not sure. That'd be a question for Chef Franco. But
No, I just was curious because people have even said, and I've read articles about this and seen videos on it, that the pasta is healthier to eat in Italy,
right?
Than
and
in
people that
States.
have problems with flour, they could eat bread in Europe,
right?
And I have friends that come with us to Italy, and they could eat the pasta and the bread, and they're like, I have no problems with my digestion.
For sure.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I think it is stemmed back down to the ingredients of the flour, man.
Yeah.
It's from what I heard, because I try and abide by that as well, and I do all that crap, right?
Excuse me. Sorry.
Thank you, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
So, I mean, with natural ingredients like that, I think, I think the main thing is people are trying to do all the carbs and watch all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But in Italy, bro, everybody's eating everything, the bread, the pasta, I mean, everything, and there's nothing going wrong with health-wise.
Right.
People.
Well, and, people walk there, too. So, when we're there, sometimes my dad's walking with us. We're going 11 miles a day. Mm-hmm. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Honestly, we'll walk 10 miles a day, no problem.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just back and forth.
Just back and forth. We'll go to the, from.
And it's hilly too, right?
Yeah, in some spots.
Some spots?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll go to the Trevi Fountain to the Coliseum to where we'll just keep walking.
Yeah. So. That's cool, man. So describe. I asked Chef Franco earlier. I said, what is the number one? What is Cupini's on the menu, and no other people have it. And he said
the lasagna.
That's right.
We've been on the Food Network with Guy Fieri, and he called the lasagna vicious and delicious. I mean, he was eating it for breakfast.
Man, look at this thing, man. Look at this, D-Run.
I know. I can't wait to get in it.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
So describe the lasagna, man.
It's 5 layers of homemade lasagna sheets with ground beef and mozzarella cheese, bechamel, and marinara sauce.
Okay.
It's just a simple,
what is that?
Fresh mozzarella.
Oh, fresh mozzarella.
5 layers, D-Run.
Yeah.
5 layers.
But the quality and the freshness and just being simple, and you could taste everything. It's.
Man, so I mean, just looking at it, I almost don't want to eat it because it looks like art. What is on top? Is this
Just a Parmesan.
Parmesan?
Cheese. Yeah, and
Oregano?
Parsley.
Parsley, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And you know them tomatoes, Eddie, like you said, they look so fucking fresh, man.
we make everything in house. We roast our own roast beef, our own turkeys. We make our bread. We make our pastas. We make our own desserts. We make our own soups, our sauces.
You know, one thing I was wondering also about, man, on my way here, because, you know, like we said, we came here, it's early morning, you know, right before you opening up on a Saturday.
Right.
What's a breakfast deal? Like, you know, is there a certain Italian, like the Mexicans, man, we got chorizo,
Right.
well, we got huevos rancheros, we got all kinds of stuff like that, right? But I was thinking, like, I don't know of any type of Italian breakfast. Educate me, man.
We really don't do breakfast. It's
bread.
more just a coffee and then cornetto. A little cornetto. It's like a croissant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay. Well, that's the reason why.
But man, you know, you brought out this little dessert, so grab that dessert, D-Rod. What is this dessert again?
that's the white chocolate mousse.
And what
It's a
you-
chocolate cake with white chocolate mousse with the chocolate ganache on top.
Wow, look at that. I mean,
You're going to have to zoom in on this.
Yeah, we will. So the quality food, by the way, lasagna, Franco. How do you-
Molto bene.
Molto bene.
Molto bene.
Molto buona.
Buono.
So the dessert though, when did you guys start doing this, man? Because that part of your
Desserts,
early?
we've always been
Always?
Yeah, we've been
Okay.
doing our desserts.
Is that a must for Italian restaurants or Cupini's or?
Well, yeah, I mean, we love our sweets.
Yeah.
Gelato as well. The gelato's amazing in Italy.
How many desserts do you have now?
We have probably 10 different desserts.
10?
We have carrot cake, white chocolate mousse, zucotto, tiramisu, cannolis.
Cannolis,
we
yeah.
have
Always, man.
passion fruit mousse. We have
Yeah, red velvet.
cheesecake, chocolate cheesecake, red velvet.
Yeah.
And we always do some different specials. Our pastry chef Ishmael, he comes up with some different creativities sometimes, and we'll do different, eclairs sometimes.
Yeah,
we love
yeah.
the eclair.
And who's the pastry chef again?
Ishmael,
Ishmael.
yes.
Okay. Wow.
How hard was it, man? I mean, because we all know all these dishes, man.
Yeah.
To decide which is going to be, or even do you like interchange or switch something out or change something to add or?
Yeah, we always have some different specials. With our menu growing so big, we used to do different specials in the case every day with different stuff. We've sort of trimmed it down a little bit just because of our menu size.
Yeah.
We always try to do something like right now for Lent we have seafood cannelloni. It's with crab and shrimp.
Oh, real crab,
ricotta
right?
cheese,
Yeah.
with a cream sauce.
Okay.
It's really good. And then we have
And that's a pasta.
yes, it's a noodle filled. It's round, tubular, and then we have fettuccine with shrimp. For a special for Lent right now. So we always do something with the seasons too. We follow the seasons.
Yeah. That fettuccine, man, that's a good one, man. I was told, and I kind of make my own fettuccine by scratching. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but whole whipping cream, and melted butter, and then kind of.
Oh, you're making the Alfredo sauce.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
For fettuccine, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think that's about it. I always throw some garlic in it, just to kick it up. And
Well, in Rome we do the cacio e pepe, which is a big one.
What is that?
Cacio e pepe. It's just basically you take the water and the Parmigiano Reggiano and you the cheese and you blend it and it makes the sauce with pepper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Black cracker powder.
I went to. I told JL about this, man. I went to Little Italy last year, or in September.
New York
I went
City.
to New York, and I've never seen this, man. And we just got through eating dinner, and I swear I wanted to go grab another plate of this because they had I don't know the name of it, but that big
Parmigiano Reggiano. Yeah.
cheese.
Yeah.
And I'm walking by, and it was the festival of Saint Gennaro.
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 Mm-hmm.
And they had that festival going on.
Yeah.
And I'm full, man. We just left this restaurant, but I swear I told my wife, I was like, I'm about to get some of that because you don't see that on
They were
the
making
street.
they were making it inside the Parmesan Reggiano. Yeah.
They have that
That's
on there.
amazing,
oh
right?
my God, man, I wanted to get that
Yeah.
so bad. But I lost my train of thought thinking about that, man. About the cheeses, I think is what it was.
Do you know how to make that, Eddie?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You do?
That's,
So I mean, that was. I think what I was going to say is that's kind of most of the way that they would make the fettuccine.
Sure.
Just right up with the
yeah,
cheese
that's like
and the
the
noodles.
fettuccine Alfredo. That's how they do it with the Parmesan Reggiano.
Yeah, that's why I was going with it. Instead of me doing it with the whipping
We
cream
were
and
thinking
all
of
that.
doing a night here and just serving that.
in the window, man.
and
Let me know when.
But yeah,
That'd be cool, man.
yeah. So we're going to be enclosing the back patio here.
I was going to ask you about that. You guys got a grant, right, with Kansas City? Is the
Correct.
outdoor dining grant?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
talk about that.
So we got the grant. We were actually in Spain at the time, and our son plays soccer over in Spain, and we were like, oh, we saw it, and our manager said, hey, we should try for this. So we're like, okay, let's fill it out, see what happens, and we got the grant approved. So, but it's not going to cover the whole cost, of course. They gave us like $10,000 to do it. And we're going to put a back-end extension. It's going to be totally enclosed for the winter, and it'll have the sides that come up and down depending on the weather.
Ah, okay.
So, and then we're going to have a little sitting lounge in the back as well.
Okay.
We have a full bar out back.
That's just another expansion, man.
Correct.
From what you're doing.
We're going to
That just
have another
shows.
100 seats out back with that, and we're going to do it, so you can do watch parties for the World Cup. We get, with
nice,
the World Cup
nice.
coming, it's going to be a great addition. We'll have big screen TVs out there.
Right.
And
Is there what holiday is it that Italians celebrate? Is there?
Oh, man. Probably a lot.
yeah,
I'm sure a lot of-
Easter's a big one coming up
Yeah.
right
Oh,
now.
is it? Is
yeah.
it?
Oh yeah.
And I was thinking because like people have Cinco de Mayo deals, like with that space back there, boom, you can have some type. I mean, I don't know, man,
Right.
You can have some type.
Well,
of,
we did the meatball in space. I don't know if you were here.
I heard
You remember
about that.
Man, I
Yeah.
wanted
Was
to
that
talk
like,
about that too.
That was
man.
a
Yeah.
fun time. Yeah.
You guys were the first, right?
meatball in space.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How high did it go?
Oh God, I can't
I think
recall.
it's like 80,000.
Yeah, we had
miles or
the
something.
camera with the GPS on it,
30,000,
tracking it.
80,000
and the weather balloon, it took it up, and then it gets in outer space and it
Yeah,
blows up.
yeah.
There's all kinds of couple challenges, man. I saw for people who don't know, man. You guys, okay? You did the meatball in space, right?
Yes.
You also had a world record for the longest noodle.
Longest noodle,
The
yeah.
longest noodle. How long was that noodle?
Was that 1,500 feet noodle? I think it was. Yeah,
I thought it was
Man.
like 2,000.
maybe. That was when we. I don't know how many years ago was that we
That
did
was
that.
in 13.
2013.
2013. You had
Wow.
the longest noodle, and I think it's
Yeah.
right over 2,000 feet is what I think I seen or read.
Yeah.
The meatball in space, and I think that was over
80,000
feet.
Yeah.
And then I think in 23, not too long ago, you guys did a cannoli cannon.
Yes, yeah.
Come on, bro.
Launching the cannolis. Yes, we love
dope,
coming up
man.
with things. Matthew Mullinger, our manager, he comes up with these crazy ideas, and I'm like, all right, let's go for it.
Let's
let's-
go.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
That's great, man. That always just brings. that sheds
The
light.
community, it brings
Yeah.
everybody together.
Yeah.
We love getting everybody together.
What's
that's-
next? You guys something else in the works?
I don't know. We had my dad's
First meatball on Mars or something.
fire retire party last year for his
Yeah.
80th birthday, but
Hey.
Retire?
I can't get him out the door. He's still here.
He's even like, I heard you're going to talk about us today. I'm going to watch you the whole time.
Yeah, no, I ain't going nowhere.
Extra pressure.
He comes in every morning, and he'll break some balls, and then he'll leave, and
Yeah.
the guys are like, I thought he's retired. I go, he is. He's coming. He's not here the whole day. He's just here part of the day.
Yeah.
He's here after lunch.
Your role, Eddie, here, man. So what is your official role here at Cupini's?
I'm the CEO of the Cupinis. My wife and I, we come in, and just make sure everything's set for the day. Catering's going out. We do a lot of caterings, weddings, do a ton of weddings. So
Nice.
we just come in and make sure everything's in place for the day.
And how
And
do
just-
people get a hold of you, man? They wanna reach out to you. They're interested in catering. And what do they do? Go to your
Website?
website.
Yeah, our website, or they can call the restaurant, or email.
Okay. And what's your website?
Cupinis.com, CUPINIS.com.
Okay.
Or they could email catering@cupinis.com.
Okay.
And we will get you taken care of. Definitely,
Nice.
we do a lot of caterings. We're one of the top caterers in Kansas City as well. We've got that award a few times. We've been on the Food Network twice, once with Down Home Cooking with the Neelys, and then once with Guy Fieri. We are rated Zagat top 1,000 Italian restaurants in the country.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, we were in Italy back in, I think it was 2008, and we came back and there was a Zagat book sitting on my desk, and it said top 1,000 Italian restaurants in the nation, and I was like, I didn't think we were in it. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's got to feel great, man.
That's a flex, man.
Yeah,
that's
we're
flex.
one of two delis that, deli restaurants that were included in that. So it was
in KC or
no
nationwide?
Nationwide.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put that right in the front door, man. When people walk in, framed up so everybody sees it, man. And we talked about this expansion and how you're growing right here in this location, man. Do you allow for people to come in and say, me and JL want to invite our family over? What's your agenda, or what's it look like if somebody wants to have a private party? You do those?
Yes, we do private events in here. Seat up 45. When we get the back, we could seat up to 100. But we're not sure if we're gonna really do that for the events, because then it'll take up all our seating.
Right.
But
like individual room like this one we're at right now, like people can come in.
Yeah, how many people does this seat?
This seat's 45.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a nice little spot too, D-Rod.
Man, it's good, man. It's a great location, man, and pretty spacious.
The last reward that we just received, that we got 85th in national rankings for destination for delicious, reasonable price meals.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, right? So when you have a restaurant, Eddie, price point is important.
It's huge,
Right?
because like I was telling D-Rod earlier that I'd rather have 100 people come in and spend $1 than 10 people come in and spend $10.
Oh, yeah.
One, I'm getting to know everybody.
There you go.
And we're all becoming family and
There you
friends.
go,
You come in as a customer, leave as a friend.
And there's that thing too that goes with that. One person tells 10 people.
Correct.
And it just goes on and on and on.
Right. And I want you coming in the door a few times a week. Not just one time a week.
How many customers you get a week, you think, on average? It's got to be up there.
Yeah, we get at least 300 on a slow day and probably 600 on a busy day.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's the? We talked about it later. Maybe you answered that already. I'm sorry, but the lasagna is the number one dish.
Oh yeah, we sold over 200 pans of lasagna.
How big is a pan?
It's 15 pieces. It's
That's
hotel
a sheet.
pan.
That's a big sheet.
So 200 just over Christmas.
That's probably the one dish that Chef Franco would say you can't make that wrong.
Right.
It has to be right all the time.
Oh yeah, and that's the guys are like, take it off the menu, and I'm like, I can't take that off the menu. I go, I said, stop making it so good.
Well, that's a signature, man. That's your signature dish, man.
This lasagna is so fire.
And
man,
now we're
incredible.
making lasagna soup. So,
lasagna soup. Now
soup.
describe that, man. I never heard of that.
So when we bake the lasagna off, the top's always crust up, and we always cut that off.
Yeah.
But
It gets hard and
it gets a
crusty,
little crusty.
right.
So I said, hey, let's start making the soup out of
Use
it.
it,
So now we use our sauce, the tomatoes, in the pieces, and then put more into it, and then the soup is amazing as well. It's going to be the next hit.
Yeah.
I do remember one thing that we were talking about our buddy Vince, man, and he said that the chef that taught him how to cook said you don't call it sauce. He said gravy.
Gravy.
Remember that?
Gravy.
He was like, he's that old Italian cat.
And I'm on.
So
This is gravy.
I'm on. I don't know if Chef Franco has heard of this, but Sopranos.
Yeah.
I'm on season 6. I've never seen this show before, Eddie, so don't laugh. Season 6, episode 14, 15. So I'm about toward the end. And I hear this over and over again. The gravy's good today. The gravy's good today.
Really?
Do you say that here?
No, I don't. Dude, honestly, I don't say the gravy. But I've never watched The Sopranos. Maybe a couple of shows here and there, to be honest with you. I don't have time. I'm always chasing the kids and my wife, and when I got time off. So.
Well, hey, I'm like 20 years late, man. So, you know,
you're good.
hey, I'm just trying to catch up, man.
Hey, man, let's
talk about
get
this.
into
Limoncello.
The limoncello? Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So limoncello is made, with the rind of the lemon. You peel it, and the best is just to get the yellow, not any of the white, because that's what makes it
real
bitter.
thin, real thin.
And then you put it in grain alcohol. So you're drinking alcohol. Don't worry.
This is alcohol? Okay. Oh, I didn't know. Well, listen, Eddie, what we like to do, man, is we like to do just a quick salud before you finish.
Chin chin.
Salud.
Cintovani.
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 Incredible.
Oh my God!
Very good.
If anybody has not ever had this limoncello,
Limoncello, yeah.
limoncello, I'm sorry, come and get it.
So my friend in Australia, I used to live in Australia when I got out of the service. I lived down there for a few years, and he's making it down there, and he was like, "I'm killing it,
Killing it."
And this was during COVID, and so he was.
Did you give him the recipe?
His restaurant. Yeah, his restaurant closed as well because of COVID, and he was trying to figure out ways to make some extra money and he was selling the limoncello. He's like, start making the limoncello. And so,
is this original?
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah, thanks, Gary. Is this original to the restaurant, like when you started?
No,
or?
we actually brought that on right after COVID as well.
Right after COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Does anybody else try to make that shit here?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to start now, probably.
Yeah. Hey, it kills COVID.
Inside and out. It's a COVID killer.
Well, it's incredible, man.
Yeah.
I love it. I can taste the alcohol a little bit now. The first little sip I had, I was like, oh, this is kind of like, I'm American, forgive me.
Sure.
Lemonade.
Right.
And then as soon as you said there's alcohol in it,
He says a kick.
and I took a sip and I was like, oh shit, I can taste the alcohol
There's
now.
a little kick, man.
I can taste the
Yeah.
alcohol.
Little kick. That's great.
You talked about, Eddie, the other locations you had. So you said there's about 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
Now there's just the
Just
one.
the one,
right?
yeah.
So you talked about expanding in the back, which, by the way, how many more seats are you think you're going to get
100
back?
seats out back.
100 seats out
Yeah.
back. That's pretty big.
Yeah. So we got a brand new pizza oven in, just brought in. So we got that rolling now. We're going to do some other neat things out in the back.
Cool.
But, live music Friday and Saturdays out there every night or every weekend. So before it was only weather permitted.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be all the time.
Yeah.
Just local bands playing?
Local bands, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I could imagine, man, just your history of being from your family being from Rome, Italy. The story of your dad coming over. It has to resonate with local and probably national or international Italians who come to Kansas City or from Kansas City. Can you talk about that a little bit, man? Like, how do people take into this, man? Because I've seen photos of you in the past you've had some pretty popular Italian soccer players and come in here, right?
Oh,
Celebrities.
Yeah. So, when you get to know my dad, he's a character, right? Growing up, all my friends wanted to be around him. He'd give us a little sip of beer here and there, out there. So, his character's just
keeps you coming back, man.
It's just very warm and
good personality.
Good personality. He's very open, and so people really cherish that, Wow. And so getting to know so many people here in Kansas City, even from the police department, all the first responders, they all come in here. We always take them in. They're like family as well. Those guys, they take care of the community.
Right.
So, that's it's word of mouth and know who you know. Yeah.
Well, and the food doesn't hurt either.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Right.
Like we like you, Eddie and Franco, but your food is fucking amazing.
Yeah, we got back there in the kitchen cooking.
Is there lasagna today or not?
Right.
No, I hear that. I mentioned the pizza earlier, man.
Yeah.
How did you guys get so good at making pizza?
Well, it's
because let's face it,
it's not really that hard. It's really just the quality that you put in it.
Yeah.
The dough's important. but
Absolutely.
everybody buys the same ingredients, really. You know, it's basically the same thing. But again, we got good tomatoes, good sauce, and then the cheese. You know, so it's supposed to be simple and you know, very good.
Yeah.
You know, when we first opened, we didn't do the pizza
Right.
at the very beginning. We kept telling the people we were waiting for our pizza stone to come in from Italy, but we already had it. We couldn't keep up with everybody with the volume that was coming in that door.
Right. Selling out. You're selling out.
We were doing sandwiches and pasta, and you know, it was just hard to keep up with all the lasagna that was going out the door.
Yeah.
You know, so we did bring it on when we got more employees and we're able to expand the kitchen a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, I love a good Italian sandwich, man. I love it. The meats, right? The salamis, the cheeses, provolone, man. I love all that. You guys offer all that here as well.
Yes, and we're going to start making our own salami. That's
really?
our next adventure here. We're going to we have a good one of our relatives. He was a Norcino, Meister in Master Norcino in Italy, and he has been making different prosciuttos, colpa, you know, and salami for 50 years.
He's gonna come here and.
Well, we've got his recipes. He's helped introduce and teach us, you know, because you have to buy the climate's so different there, and you have to, and here is so you have to work with the elements here, and so we're going to start with doing our own salami, and then wholesaling it and trying to take it nationwide as well.
Okay, you talking about the salami, but right next to you, man, you got some sauces. You got a box of things, man, that we wanted you to kind of describe and talk about. So talk about, is this a tomato sauce?
This is our marinara sauce.
Marinara,
that we sell. That's on our menu here with the lasagna and everything. And then the beautiful thing about this, it's 95 grams of sodium, the lowest on the market.
Wow.
So we don't.
Is that what this is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't cook with salt here. My dad's totally against salt. Use the salts that coming out of the natural salts that's coming out of the earth. You got the celery, the carrots, the garlic.
Right.
You know, and the tomato.
So,
yeah, we don't use any salts.
That's an important factor for people who are looking to buy food.
Yeah, I mean, God love barbecue, but how much can you eat of it?
Oh man,
I eat it and I swell up the next day. My rings are, I got a headache because of the sodium. But and that's what kills you is you blow up and
so keeps you swole. The wrong way.
So then we got the balsamic vinaigrette and we got our lemon vinaigrette.
Lemon vinaigrette.
You can find those here at the Cupini's in the front, or you could purchase them at local grocery stores.
Okay.
What grocery stores carry that? Do you know?
Yeah,
all of them?
Not all of them. They're
Price Chopper,
Hen House, Hy-Vee.
When did you guys start making these yourself and selling them, putting them out on the market?
Well, we have somebody that does it for us because they have a canning license and stuff like that. So, but
they got your recipe, make mass production, and jar it.
And you've been doing that for a while then?
Yeah, we've been doing that for over 10 years now.
Nice.
So we sell quite a bit of that.
Nice.
And then we got our cookbook. Dad's got
Chef Franco Cupini.
Yeah, so we got a little
Don't
bit.
give them the secrets.
So
No.
They can buy it. Bro, they could buy the secrets.
Yeah, so or we have a trip that we take to Europe.
Yes, that's what I wanted to ask you about.
We're taking 15,
and this is annually.
Yes, and it might be more than annually. I mean, more than once a year. So we're doing one this year because with COVID they shut down all the factories. You couldn't go inside and see everything, so we had to stop doing it. We've done a few before, but we take 15 people.
Okay.
And they're our guests. Basically, they pay to come with us, but they're like we're their servants. Whatever they want, we do whatever they want.
Sure.
They want to go here, we go there. But we have it all set up that they go to.
You just kind of help them navigate the area.
Well, yeah, we have everything set up from hotels to. I'm not sure. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're good.
The hotels, the transportation when you get there, to go in to see sites, to go into different factories to see where they're making, prosciutto, the Parmigiano Reggiano.
So the goal.
We go truffle hunting with the dogs.
Wow.
Yeah, that was an amazing time.
How long is that trip for?
It's
2 weeks?
it's 10 days, 11 days.
Okay.
It's coming up in September. We have a few spots left. It's on our website.
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
can
say
see it.
website, yeah.
And then, it's a great time. Everybody that's gone with us, I
Nice.
mean, we become really close because,
Oh, I'll bet.
and my dad tells the stories through his eyes.
Sure.
You know, the
So-
way he saw it when he was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
So is it more like reoccurring people that go with you?
We've had a couple people go with us multiple times because
Right.
they just love, what we do, and, again, if you're at the hotel, we've got minivans that you want to go somewhere else on, or we'll take you,
Nice.
So if you
And
want
you
to go,
probably eat great food.
oh yeah, and then dad does a couple cooking demonstrations while we're there.
Nice.
So we take you to the markets to see how all the food's purchased, to the butchers,
Wow.
to it's a really great time. And-
Especially for I would say Americans, not just Kansas Cityans. Who, if you've never been to another country and see how it's just plucked right from the vine or whatever, right, and it's
they
sold right to
created
you.
it,
Yeah, and the cost of living is so less expensive there. I mean, we went to Italy for my wife's 40th birthday. We took her down to Sicily and we rented a place near the beach, and we had a couple of friends that came. It was like 12 of us. We went grocery shopping. It cost us like $150.
Oh, wow.
For the week. It was crazy.
Jeez.
Like my friends were like, no way. My son's living there playing soccer. He goes he goes to the grocery store once a week. He buys milk, steak, chicken, everything, $40.
Wow.
Yeah.
For the
He's there
week.
right now.
He's there now. He's 17 years old,
Yeah, what's
living
his
on
name?
his own. Alessandro.
Alessandro. Shout out Alessandro,
Let's go,
man.
Ollie.
I know
Come on,
Alex
Forza.
remembers me.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Alessandro,
Living
man.
his life, man.
Adriano said, what's up? And he's there. What's he doing there? Tell everybody.
Playing soccer with CD Estepona.
Okay.
And his dreams to be a professional soccer player.
Nice.
He used to be here with Sporting, and then he was in Italy for a little bit with Pro Vercelli, and then came back because of COVID. Then went back. He wants to live
badass,
overseas.
man.
So
That's awesome,
badass,
man. I remember this kid, D-Rod, Alessandro, man. He was doing shit with soccer balls that at little kid, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell? Like, check him out, man. He's dribbling this ball. I mean,
Well,
he's
that
doing-
obviously paid off, man. He's out
Yeah.
there making some moves with it, man.
and just side note, you play
Yeah.
soccer too, though, right?
Yes. That's when I went to Australia. I went down there to play soccer. So
Nice, man. So you're probably ready for the World Cup, which we'll talk about here in a second.
We have soccer on all the time.
Yeah, I see that.
right
I see
here.
the TV. People won't see the TV, but it's right above you.
Yeah.
It's a soccer game on. So how much is that tour, by the way? The culinary or the?
Matthew, do you know how much the tour is? Can you look real quick? Thank you.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's cool. They can pull up on website.
The other thing I wanted to ask you about, man, real quick, is the Sunflower Stage event.
Yes.
Talk about that. What is that?
Well, that's another Matt's creativity here. Every year we're growing sunflowers all along the back patio back there.
Okay.
And so he was like, "Hey, let's call it the sunflower, patio." So for bands and stuff. And I was like, "Hey, that's great."
Yeah.
Nice.
And so we put a little picture up of the sunflowers with Cupini's back there as it's good little.
It's just a community event.
Yeah.
Neighborhood people come probably.
Correct. Yeah.
Nice, man.
Our customers come in, they sit out
Customers.
back and listen to some live music, eat some good food, and drink wine. And,
Nice.
Do you have here, man? Is that hard for you to go?
7860.
78.
$7,860
There you go.
for
And that's for 10 days.
10
Europe,
days. Yep.
Pretty much all
Everything.
inclusive.
Yeah.
Flight room.
And not the flight.
Not
You
flight.
get your own flight that
Okay.
way because some people have rewards and stuff. So
There you go.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
So-
Nice.
Yeah, anybody interested, man, hit them up on that website.
yeah,
Let's
give us a
go.
call if
They
you have
got
any
a couple-
questions on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
any questions? They got a couple seats left.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, with your menu, is there a certain dish like your favorite besides the lasagna that maybe most popular also that people get?
Yeah, depending on, I guess, season. In the winter, I love the gnocchi. It's a
And gnocchi?
potato. It's a potato pasta.
Okay.
So we make that here. We could do different flavors of the gnocchi, but
And that's the one that's kind of like
a little small rounded, yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Gnocchi. Now I was wondering that, man, because I'm here.
The gnocchi
surrounded.
bolognese, the bolognese with the bolognese sauce is one of my favorites.
Potato pasta.
Yeah. And then I love the pizza. You know, a lot of times I'll eat a pizza during the day.
Yeah.
A little salad.
Nice, man.
Yeah, no, I was thinking that because, like I said, I was sitting here surrounded by this. I'm like, man, what else do you like from here? Or you know.
Well, I like it all.
I know,
Yeah,
I know.
like, if
obviously,
it's not
right.
good for my mouth, it's not good for yours. That's what we say, right?
That's right, man. That's right.
Love at first bite.
You know, so you guys been in business now, like we said earlier, right? Over 20 years now, and what do you foresee, man? What's Cupini's going to be? I mean, you're selling your own sauce, your own, you know, dressing. You're expanding in the back, man. You know,
Yeah.
what is Cupini's? You know, at least in the next, let's say 3 to 5 years. What are you foreseeing?
Yeah, God willing, that we keep our health, you know, and
for sure.
You know, we really take to the community. We love to, you know, donate stuff and, you know, help out the church at St. Agnes.
Yeah.
You know, we're always in Bishop Miege. We always, other schools we're always supportive of. And, you know, our goal is just to bring the community together, really, you know, here in Kansas City and be one and be happy, you know,
And be full.
full. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that food.
You know, we're not really looking to grow maybe in different locations, but grow here with different innovative ideas, bring some other stuff that they have in Europe to Kansas City.
Okay.
You know, like, you know, even in Rome, the pizza is a little different. You know, we do it in long sheets and we cut it with the scissors and you weigh it and you.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they, you know, like, I want that piece and I want a piece of that, and they just, how big? You cut it, they weigh it, and then you eat it. You know, so maybe doing something like that here. We're looking to start doing some focaccia sandwiches here.
What is that?
It's like a pizza bread. You know, basically a focaccia's a thicker. Yeah, you make it out of pizza dough, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, and you put some different seasonings on it. And when you cut it and it's warm, and then you put some mortadella in it, oh, it's so good.
Amazing.
Just some
So
fresh
basically,
mortadella.
what I'm hearing you say, Eddie, is we want to bring a little bit more Italy to Kansas City.
Definitely, yeah. Always, they're creating over there as we're creating. We're just a little bit behind them on some of that stuff.
Yeah. So when you go back, and I'm assuming you go back
Every
a little,
year.
a little often, right?
Yeah.
Because you got a son over there, et
Yeah.
cetera. You probably see these new creations and are like, man, that's pretty cool. We should try that.
Yeah, some different pizza flavors. They had I had a pizza there last year. It was with smoked mozzarella
Ooh.
and porchetta. It's porchetta's a pig, and they carve it out and debone it, and then they stuff it with fennel and spices, and they roll it, and then they roast it, and it's amazing.
What?
Yeah. And
Hang
then
on, it's pig. So I'm getting lost a little bit. So I heard you say
It's the whole pig.
The whole pig.
The whole pig, yeah. And so we roast it off, and then we slice it thin, make sandwiches out of it. But they put it on a pizza with potatoes, roasted potatoes, and smoked.
So it's pork with
Yeah.
potatoes.
Yeah. Oh, it was so. It was so good.
Man,
You're gonna start eating like a Mexican. You better watch out.
Hey,
You're
that's we eat more Mexican food at home than I do Italian probably, because we eat so much Italian during the day.
right.
Man.
To my point too, I was going to bring that up, man. You know, I think that the recipes, man, of what you're talking about, where you're seeing, I mean, there's a lot of similarities.
Sure.
You know, there's a lot of similarities. I mean, more. And I'm talking about
Mexicans have
family.
lasagna.
Well, I'm talking about even family recipes. You know, there's such so many different recipes and plates and dishes, but how it's family based in how it's made. Like, you know, your dad taught you because
Right.
of how he got taught.
Right.
And you're teaching, you know, your family and everybody else. Same as us, man. We,
Right.
You know, it's cultural.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Yeah.
Where it's all.
It all starts in the home.
Yeah.
starts in the home, man.
If somebody was wondering, they're seeing this, they're like, man, you know, I've never been to Kansas City. I've never been to Cupini's.
Yeah.
And you say, man, I need a 3-course meal from Cupini's. What are you telling them to get? 3-course meal.
Start with the toaster ravioli. It's homemade, you know, toaster ravioli. We make our own ravioli in the back, and then we bread it, fry it. Toaster ravioli is our starter. Go for the lasagna. I mean, or, you know, another really great dish is the fettuccine porcini.
Okay.
It's a creamy sauce with porcini mushrooms in it. The fettuccine, it's
I've had
exquisite.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for dessert, you're gonna go for any of the desserts. They're all good. I have a sweet too, so
Yeah, I can't wait to get into that one. You know, I seen a dessert that was called a lemon ricotta.
lemon ricotta cheesecake,
or a cake. Maybe
Yeah.
it was cheesecake. I don't know. I seen it online.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man, and they, oh man.
On here, in here, Ed?
Oh, we don't do the lemon ricotta cheesecake. No,
No.
But yeah, I've had it.
You've had
It's
it.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, yeah.
So you try and tell them to make
Ricotta
that.
cheesecake.
Well, I mean, you know, hey, if you want to think about your boys here at Enterrupt KC, man, you want to throw it out there, man.
Yeah.
I'll come get it.
We could try it. All right. So one thing, man, you mentioned soccer, man. We got to talk about this with you, man. You have a soccer history yourself, man. So you went to Australia. So who'd you play for out there?
Region Buller.
Region Buller.
Yeah.
Okay. And what'd you play? What position?
Midfield.
Midfield. So I've seen soccer, Eddie. You know I have. I've watched soccer. What the hell is midfield?
Yeah. It's the guy in the middle. He's going up and down the field. He's the
defender,
yo-yo. Yeah, he's back and forth. He's
Okay.
offense, defense.
And
Yeah.
what
Trying to steal the
in Australia was that a semi-pro, pro?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, second division.
Second
Yeah,
division.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so now here comes your son, right?
Yes.
So was that like a mandatory? Hey, man, you have no choice. You're playing soccer.
They say that's your religion, right?
There you go.
Yeah. So no, he took to it because we always are watching it. We love the game, and he wanted to play hockey. And, you know, coming from St. Louis, I love hockey as well. The Blues, let's go. You know, so I don't know much about hockey as for training wise, but watching the game, I know the game very well.
Right.
And I could skate and used to play with my friends there, but and I know it's a grueling sport. You know, you got to get up early in the morning, get the ice time, and you know, so I remember taking him out and watching the Mavericks train, and some guys were throwing up, you know, from you know, working so hard, and he was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "That's hockey."
Yeah.
You know, like, and you know, you're getting
Tough sport.
You're getting the beat shit out of you.
Yeah.
You know, like day in, day out.
Right.
You know, you're playing with broken teeth. Whatever.
Well, did you see the United States Canada game?
Oh yeah, that
Like
was
in the
beautiful.
first what was it, like the first
Yeah.
minute? There's like 3
4
fights or
fights.
something.
I loved it.
4 or
Yeah,
5.
let's go.
Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
I mean, was that on purpose? You think
Oh, you kidding me?
course.
Of course it was.
they
Those
boo
guys,
they boo the anthem like it's time to
yeah,
fight?
that's not right. Come on, man.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
So, World Cup's coming, man.
Yeah.
You watch soccer every day. You've had soccer players come in here.
Yeah.
You have a soccer connection as a family, I'm sure. So, what are you excited about, man? Are you guys thinking of some unique events for Cupini's with the World Cup? I mean, talk about that.
Yeah,
a little bit.
we're gonna do some watch parties out back, and you know, we're not sure if we're gonna rent tables or how we're gonna do it, just so because there's gonna be 3 to 5 million people here. I don't think Kansas City understands what's coming to them here.
I don't think.
I don't think they do either.
6 games, right?
6 games and
And a quarterfinal.
yeah, so these people are crazy.
Rabid fans.
You know, so I remember taking my wife to the first game in Italy. We went to a Champions League game, Roma against Manchester United when Ronaldo was with Manchester United.
Oh, yeah.
Alessandro was just a baby. And I took her to that game, and, you know, the stadium is shaking. When the
Yes.
people are jumping up and down, the stadium's moving, bombs are going off.
They go nuts.
Riot police are everywhere.
Yeah.
She's like, what did I get
What
myself
in
into?
the
You know, so
hell is this?
and you know, people are leaving, and and they're saying don't go down that bridge because if you do, the Manchester United people are there. There's gonna be fights over.
So that's
there.
a real thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Man.
So
sometimes you can even find them videos of that shit going on.
oh yeah, and then I talked to my police friends here, and they're like, I don't know how we're gonna be able to do this. I mean, you got 750,000 people downtown for those parades when we won the Super Bowl. Yeah. That's 750. Let's times that by 4. And where are we going to put all these people?
Yeah.
And the people that are walking around the streets and going crazy. They're going to sit outside the hotels of the opposing team, banging noises, trying to keep them up all night.
Yeah.
It's
gonna get nuts, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man.
That's what's the beauty, though.
Yeah.
Everybody gets involved,
Everybody. So you guys are doing events, watch parties, things like that.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man, if you guys ever need us to come pop up with you guys and have some fun, get people
That'd
to talk
be
about the
great.
World Cup, man, we're happy to do that with you guys
for
here at
sure.
Cupini's.
We should,
Who you most excited to see? World Cup coming this year.
Italy.
Of course. That's a no-brainer, JL. Why did you ask that? Italy, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the World Cup?
Italy.
Italy?
You bet. Come on.
Come on. They're
Yeah.
good. They're good.
So let's go USA too. Come
Yeah,
on
yeah,
now.
yeah. You got to say that. Eddie. Come on, USA. And, we probably should say go Mexico, right? Like, just in case somebody.
Yeah, we said I'm gonna say Italy.
Listen, man,
Mexico,
go
and
Kansas
USA,
City, man. That's what I'm gonna say. I
Yeah.
love the fact the World Cup's coming here. It's a huge deal for the city.
Right.
Huge deal, man.
Right.
And
Preparation, man.
soccer's just continue to grow and evolve, man. Becoming bigger and bigger.
I seen where they said, if you're not prepared, the end of last year, then you're already
Behind,
man.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
there a player or two that you really like watching during the World Cup, or just in general?
I mean, my son's a big Ronaldo fan,
Yeah.
and
Is he gonna play again?
I think he's going to make it this time.
Do you think Messi is too?
No, I don't think Messi will. I don't know.
It's next year.
But they're both beautiful players to watch. I mean, but growing up, mine was, Maradona. Diego Maradona.
Oh yeah, Argentina.
That guy was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Baggio was great to watch. Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo.
Yeah. That dude was insane.
Oh God, there's a lot of 'em. Nesta was a beautiful player to watch.
Yeah.
Defender, Gattuso.
You can go on and on.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I mean, I've tried to D-Rod. I've tried to pay a little bit more attention, to soccer, to the World Cup. National, really, international.
Sure.
Sorry, international. Because it's a huge deal, man. I want to be able to talk about it like I talk about anything else, like food. You know, something like that.
I definitely don't know the names, man.
I don't know all the names either. Well, they move around, right?
In teams, they move around with the club.
Yeah.
And then then you got your national side. That's where they all come together by nationality.
Right.
So what's the best country for soccer?
I love watching Spain, just their technical ability. I love the Italian Serie A. I like English Premier League.
There's a pretty good difference. I don't know if you've seen this, D-Rod, or watch, but when I watch other soccer leagues play, let's say more local, versus international, the passing alone, crazy accurate.
It starts with the academies.
Yeah.
The academies are getting better here, but being over there and seeing what they do and how the camaraderie with the kids, they just it's on a different level.
Yeah, they gotta build all that trust, that footwork. I mean, everything that goes with it, hand in hand.
They believe in each kid.
Yeah.
They over there they believe in each kid. Here it's a little different. They try to identify them young and then stick with those couple of kids and try to push them through.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no. I hear you, man. Listen, I'm excited for the World Cup. We're excited for the World Cup. So any opportunity we have to get involved, we want to.
For sure.
All right, a little bit of fun things, man. Here as we wrap up, Eddie.
Yeah.
Tell us a story you remember, early beginnings of Cupini's, which you and your dad just. I don't know.
I can tell you a story when I was growing up.
There you go. Tell us that story.
One of those, huh?
Tell us that story.
All right, growing up, not wealthy, right?
Sure.
It's my birthday. I'm excited. My dad invites my friends. He says, "Why don't you have your friends come over? We'll eat some pizza." All right.
Okay.
So he's making pizza at the house. We're all in the living room, playing games and stuff. And my dad's like, all right, pizza's ready. We come in the kitchen, and it's pizza, and it's got hard-boiled eggs on it. My friends about lost their mind. They were like, what? Not one. Nobody ate it. They all left.
Hard-boiled egg pizza.
Hard-boiled. I mean, that's because lack of food in the house.
Well,
No,
Was it on purpose?
No,
funny.
it's actually they put hard-boiled
thing?
eggs over there. Yeah,
Oh, really?
On the pizza there.
But nobody here.
And pizza's there too is different. They have all kinds of stuff. I mean, they even crazy stuff like hot dogs and French fries on it on pizzas.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've had a spaghetti pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was in Minnesota.
Oh my God, Jeff Peterson, you listen to this? We had a guy that used to work for us, Jeff Peterson. He made a calzone with spaghetti and meatballs inside, and my dad about threw him out the door.
Man, I had it. It was late night. It was after work, and I was there with my crew, and we went to this place, and they had we ordered like 5 different pizzas, and one guy's like, "I'll get one of those spaghetti pizzas," and I might have had 1 or 2 or 10 bourbon and cokes.
Yeah.
And I was like, give me a slice of that.
Was it good?
Again, I
Probably don't
had
remember.
Like
Probably don't
five
remember.
or six
It's all right.
bourbons, man. So it might have been good. It might have been good. Yeah. Peace, man.
Is there an item that was on the original, maybe one of the original Cupini menus that is no longer on the menu?
Yeah, the cannelloni and manicotti.
Okay.
They're
Manicotti, man.
we're doing ravioli now instead.
Mm-hmm.
Before we weren't doing ravioli. We just had cannelloni manicotti. We had lasagna, veggie lasagna, and mustacholi meatballs, linguine meatballs, and with or without sausage too on the linguine. And I think that was it on the pastas, to be honest with you, on the first days. But we kept adding. We got fettuccine, porcini. We got bolognese sauce. We got a bunch of ravioli, sweet pea ravioli, seafood ravioli. Sausage fennel ravioli, linguine clams. So we have a lot more variety on the
Linguine clams. Whew, that sounds good. Just saying it.
Man, I just got through
Making me
eating.
hungry.
I just got through eating this stuff, and I'm
I
thinking,
know.
like, man, I'm about to go over there because they're open for business right now. I was like, man, what can I get to go?
Yeah, so those are some of the items that we don't have on the menu, but we have it made up with the ravioli.
Okay. So you don't have linguine clams?
No, we do.
You do? Okay.
But the cannelloni manicotti we don't do.
No,
we do
no.
it for caterings only. It's just a lot of work doing
Now,
that.
one thing I have had from your catering is the stuffed mushrooms. Caps, I think.
Yeah, the mushroom caps.
You still do those?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, those are fire, D-Rod.
Yeah.
Oh, are they?
Let me tell
Another
you.
good one is the crostini with fresh mozzarella and prosciutto. You bake them with a little butter.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
that's a
all
good
right.
one, the crostini.
Okay.
I got a question for you, man. Because your father's here, man, and this has been incredible talking to you all about family and how you growed up. Is there a word of advice throughout this time frame that your dad has given you, that sticks with you to this day?
Yeah, remember where your patches come from.
Remember where your patches.
Don't be. People get. Trying to explain it, but a lot of people become. I'm not famous, but like higher up in the community or what. But they get cocky and arrogant and stuff.
Yeah.
Man,
They get caught up in.
remember where you had holes in your ass in your pants before.
There you go.
Remember those those hard times.
Sure.
And,
Well, it's like
and
you said.
everybody has different problems, and and we're all human. Be happy for everybody. Don't judge people.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what that is, D-Rod?
Man, I know
You know what
exactly
that is, Eddie.
man.
Man, grab your glass, Eddie. That's a salute, man. Salute, Chef
Salute,
Franco.
that's
Salute, Eddie. Salute, Cupinis, man. Love
Yeah,
that.
man. I love it too.
Remember your patches. And, that's actually how this conversation started, Eddie. You started talking about father, World War II.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot. You growing up in Italy with him, right?
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot. Sleeping together, a little electric heater, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's incredible, man. Incredible journey, man.
Well, to where you built.
Yeah, we love all our employees here. Like I said, their family. We do things all the time for them here. We try to, when it's their birthday, we bring in food for them. We do Christmas party. We do just things. I mean, always have them come over for Thanksgiving, even at our own house. You know,
There you
it's
go.
like, you know, they're invited. They're all welcome.
Nice, man. Nice.
incredible, man.
Appreciate that, Eddie. All right. We're going to wrap up here. So what we do, Eddie, before we wrap up is we do this thing. Enterrupt KC, it's the podcast, People, Places, and Things, Kansas City. So it's a little versus, okay? It's we're going to give you 2 items, this versus that, Kansas City related generally, and you just got to pick one and tell us why. But before we do that, I have a really fun question for you.
Sure.
You drive in the city, I'm assuming, quite a bit.
Yes.
Everywhere. All right. What is the worst intersection in Kansas City?
Southwest Traffic Way
Southwest Traffic Way and
in Westport Road.
Westport?
Oh yeah.
Describe that headache for everybody.
Well, there's so many intersections coming in at one, you know, and there's accidents over there all the time.
There is.
I had good friends got accidents over there. It's just like, where you coming, where you going? It's hard to see. You're trying to get, you know.
And then they added like that dash line, and
Yeah.
people are trying to come. What is this? West and go east.
And they're trying to do 50 miles an hour to get around through
Around
there.
that
It's
curve, that little hook
It's
right
just-
there.
They should
Man,
just try to bring it all in and do one crossing right there. You know, like a couple of lights and that's
we need
it.
to get somebody on here to describe that whole.
So you know what's funny, Eddie, is we've asked this question. You're the third person we've asked this question to. Fourth, actually, but
Yeah.
third person who answered it. Same intersection every time.
Yeah.
Literally.
3
Really?
out of the 4 people.
3.
And
Wow.
this is
You're
a-
3 for 3.
Wow.
Same intersection every time. And you guys don't know each other, never met, didn't know we were talking. Same intersection.
Just a random question, man.
And here's the thing. Some people, you're not originally born in KC, right?
Right.
One is born in KC, and one came to KC 5 years ago.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
3 people, 3 different lives, same
It's
intersection.
pretty bad here too, to be honest with you. I've seen cars go into the bank over here. They come flying because it's supposed to be only a turn lane on that right side there, and they come flying through here in the morning. I think they're going to take out the planter boxes here.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, D-Rod.
I got another fun question for you.
Yeah.
All right. I thought about this as I'm sitting here. If there was a hair in your food at a restaurant, would you send that plate back?
Mine now. I don't know. I've been around the
are worried
world.
about that.
I know. I've been around the world in third world countries, and you're going to see other stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't either.
I've seen worse in my own plate at a restaurant here locally in Kansas City. I'm not going to mention what it was or where it was, but my wife was about, oh my God. And I kept eating. You know, she was like, I can't eat anymore. I was like,
I'm right
it's
there
okay.
with you. I'm kind of the same way. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hair. It's not like,
Yeah.
you know.
I always say, man, maybe the chef ain't bald or there's going bald.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Nice. All right, you want to do versus? Start us off, man. Start us off.
We'll do the verses. All right, people, places, things, man. Here we go. KC people. Rob Riggle versus Eric Stone Street.
I don't know either one of them.
No,
You don't know? Oh, okay.
2 comedians.
Yeah,
Okay.
two comedians.
Yeah.
All right, you do know these people. So let's do Bobby Witt Jr. versus Isaiah Pacheco.
Pacheco.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Just a bigger Chiefs fan?
No, I just think he's amazing athlete. Well, they're
beast.
both there.
He's a beast.
They're both amazing, but you know, he's been at it a little bit longer, and you see him a little bit more, right?
Yeah, he has.
I watch more football than I do baseball as well. You know, to be honest, my
Yeah.
dad grew up playing baseball.
Oh, really?
In Italy, yeah, like that was his sport. You know, so
Hey.
All right.
out of all things.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna do a place. All right, couple places. Westport Flea Market versus the Peanut.
Ooh, that's a hard one. I'll go for Joe, Westport Flea Market.
Westport
Let's go,
Flea
Joe.
Market.
Oh, let's go, Joe.
Westport.
Westport Flea Market.
Man,
Burger.
Burgers are insane.
Yeah.
Burgers
Yeah.
are insane.
Yeah,
And they got the
burgers,
curly fries, too.
Yeah, but Peanut's great as well, the wings, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Those
Oh
wings
yeah.
are good.
Wings are insane.
All right.
All right, barbecue, man. You mentioned barbecue earlier, so let's do KC Joe's versus Q39.
Q39.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Joe's is good. I like Q39's brisket, and Joe's doesn't have burn ends all the time.
I know.
I gotta have the
Wednesday
burn
only?
ends.
Wednesdays only.
Wednesday only. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, here's. I'm gonna give you a three-peat, man. You pick which one. I think I know the answer. Okay, the KC Irish Fest, Fiesta Hispana, or the Italian Fest.
I'll go with the Hispanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Go to Mexican Fiesta.
He's like,
Yeah.
give me them tacos, man.
Yeah. Yeah. The Italian festival's getting better, but I just feel like there's more culture there at the Hispanic.
Did you go to the one this
Yeah.
past year? We actually had a pop up there. We were there set up.
We were there
Oh,
for
you
a
did?
couple hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just feel there's more culture there. There's the more, the food's more authentic. Some of the stuff, I think.
All right.
There it is.
Soccer.
Yeah.
KC Comets versus KC Current.
Let's go, ladies.
Let's go,
Currents.
ladies.
Come
Let's
on.
go. You
Com-
got
The Comets used to come in here all the time. We used to do their pregame meal here.
Yeah.
So, good bunch of guys too.
Well, we actually are interviewing a Comets player here.
All right. Which one?
Christian Andararos,
I don't know him.
the Tornado.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a steak place and the KC steak place. All right. We'll go Hereford House versus Golden Ox.
I've never been to Golden Ox.
You never been?
No, I haven't been.
So Hereford House it is.
Hereford House.
All right, man.
You steak guy?
I do love steak.
Which was cut?
I like the strip, and I like the fillet, but I mean, I like the strip.
Strip?
When it's good.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
strip's
yeah.
better.
Medium
Medium rare.
Medium rare.
Yeah.
Okay. Some people, man, they be doing that rare, man.
That's me.
Fiorentina steak in Italy.
Fiorentina.
Yeah, the bistec
yeah.
out Fiorentina. Yeah.
You make
That's-
it?
It's like that.
Ooh.
The steaks in Italy are amazing.
Oh
I
man,
bet. Man,
Yeah.
everything up there is amazing.
I need to go to Italy.
My,
D-Rod.
I sent real briefly. I sent my daughter. She went for school. She was invited to go with her school for 2 weeks to Europe, man. And when she came back, or just when she was there, her time in Italy.
Yeah.
When we talked to her, she was like, "Dad, the food here is just amazing." And to this day, she'll bring it up and talk about it. Like she won't want to go nowhere.
When you get the produce, it's picked to eat when you're in Europe.
Yeah.
Here, it's not picked to eat.
Yeah, you gotta let
It's,
it.
you got to let it sit. They
Yeah.
gas it to become, No, the strawberries there, you could eat a strawberry and it's sweet. Here, you got to dip it in sugar. It's so different.
Yeah.
The cantaloupe there is so sweet. Here, there's no flavor in the cantaloupe. There's no, it's
Like
Right,
the
right.
strawberry, right? Is red all the way through.
red. I mean, bright red.
Bright red.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the fruit is amazing. Like it's so good. The quality is so good.
Yeah. All right, last one for me. You mentioned pizza. We talked about pizza quite a bit, so let's do Kansas City pizza. We can't do Cupini's because we know
gotcha.
what you're gonna say there. Minsky's Pizza versus Waldo Pizza.
Minsky's Pizza.
Minsky's.
Yeah.
Which one you getting there?
They have that Greek one, I believe.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Greek one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I've never had
I
that.
like Papa Minsky's, man. Papa Minsky's is fire.
Yeah, I get the Populowski's.
You got one more?
No, what being a restaurant, and this is a question I like asking our guests as well. Is there a restaurant that's closed now that you wish was still open?
Il Trullo.
El Chulo.
It was on Metcalf in like 71st or something, 73rd maybe over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those,
Did COVID get them?
no, I don't believe so. They Italian Delight. You know Italian Delight?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
John
yeah,
and
yeah.
his brothers. Good.
That was
Good.
theirs.
Yeah, that was their like upscale restaurant. That was really good. Yeah,
Nice,
I
nice.
missed that place. We used to
Okay.
go there
Man.
for. And I was gonna go to Italian food. I'd go there. But
Yeah.
another one was up in Parkville. What was the name of that place? Not in Parkville. Was it? Yeah, Parkville.
Italian spot?
No. What was that place in Parkville, Dad? That restaurant that we used to go to. I took Narissa there from our first date. I can't even think of the place. No, I can't remember.
That's all right.
Maybe
look
somebody
it up.
put
We'll
in the
look it up.
comments.
Yeah,
Maybe
look
somebody
it
in the comments.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, man, JL got one last question for you, man, and I just want to ask you, man, is there anything else, man, that you'd like to share? You got something you got going on here at the restaurant, man? Like to tell our audience something you want to share that we didn't ask you?
I don't know. we've gone over quite a bit. I mean, we're just talking about going back to flip for it. I don't know if you're around when we used to do flip for it or spin for it for your meal. And we're thinking of bringing that back. I don't know. Were you around when we did the $5 everything on the menu?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was crazy times. Holy cow!
So flip for explain flip for it, man. That's what's
so.
that?
Well, we were going to do like flip a coin and you choose head or tails. If you guess right, your meal's for free.
Oh.
But it's a little, you can't give 50% away, right?
50-50.
So we came up with a wheel that you'd spin and you'd guess heads, tails, and it had heads and tails around it. And then it had, if you guessed it right in that section, it would say they're free bag of chips or free meal. There was still a free meal on there, but there was more options, free drink, free soup or something, free dessert. But we're thinking of bringing that back. And then, that $5 everything, that was a madhouse in here. When people heard that, I don't know how it got out so fast.
Right.
Oh, come on, man. $5 for anything nowadays.
Shit, man, that's good.
Yeah.
Don't do that, Eddie.
Well, we
'cause
we have $10 wine night.
Oh, you do $10 one night.
Wine on Thursday is $10 a bottle.
Okay.
So, and then we do sangria out back.
Oh, nice.
On Friday and Saturdays, it's $3. Sangrias.
On Friday and Saturdays
Friday
now?
and Saturdays, yeah.
My wife is it red sangria?
Yes.
My wife is a huge sangria fan.
Yeah.
So I would guarantee you we'll probably come with that for sure.
Yeah. So.
Man, you know what? When you think you got these ideas, and as JL knows, I always got these visions and thoughts, man. How about you? Have you ever? You remember that old school man versus food guy that used to do that shit?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Man, if you could make some type of sandwich and put all this meat and then put some sausage in it,
I would just do if you can eat a sheet of lasagna.
If you can,
It's free.
Yeah, it's free.
if you eat a whole sheet.
Oh man.
I mean, something like that'll be kind of dope, right? Like if you can create like a massive platter, or like some type of challenge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that'd
that'll
be
be
a good
kind
one.
of cool, man.
Right. Yeah.
Do some shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
Call it the EKC.
I will not participate
Special.
in any of those. Eddie.
I will.
Yeah.
I will try that.
I could probably eat half of this and I'll be good.
I'll tell you right now, I can eat that and that, and I'm gonna get into some of that too.
Well, listen, Eddie, man. Thank you for your time, man.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you. Appreciate Cupini's, man.
Pleasure.
Appreciate your pops, man. Shout out Chef Franco. Appreciate everything you guys been doing here, man, in Kansas City. Keep up the good work, man.
For sure.
Thanks, man.
You guys are a staple in the community, man. You have been, and we wish you guys the very best.
Appreciate it.
With that last question, tell us you're from Kansas City without telling us you're from Kansas City.
Say that again.
Tell us you're from Kansas City without telling us you're from Kansas City. So this is something you would say to somebody, and only they have to be from Kansas City to understand it or know it.
The Plaza.
The Plaza.
Plaza.
Yes, sir.
The Plaza, man.
Have you guys ever thought about putting a spot on the Plaza? Because I heard Brio. I mean, talking about that, Brio's going. They're done.
Yeah, and now they're putting in a 3-story restaurant down there, Italian restaurant.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Good luck to them. I don't know. That's a big
3 stories.
big nut to bust down there.
3-story.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real.
So
Well, Brio was 2-story, right?
yeah, and I don't know. It's hard now at times with the rent factor that they put in down
Well,
there.
down
so.
there, there's. I mean, the Plaza, they've lost
Oh, it's
so
sad.
many, so many.
Yeah, it's changed over time,
It's-
but
Yeah.
well, that's a whole different conversation.
That's a whole different
You know.
conversation, man.
Well, listen, Eddie, man, thank you to you guys, thank you to Cupini's, thank you for your time, man.
Yeah.
We really, really appreciate your time. We know you guys are busy, and by the way, thank you for the
Thank you
fucking
for
food
this,
and
man.
the drinks, man.
Oh,
We're gonna
man.
eat this before we leave.
Yeah, it was incredible.
We'll get you some gift cards.
Yeah, and we'll do that as a giveaway. With that, man, Enterrupt KC, JL,
D-Rod right here.
like, follow, share, subscribe, everybody. We are out of here.
Yeah, man,
Peace.
come up here.
Come holler at our guy, Eddie,
Cupini's,
man.
man.
Eddie Cupini's.
Vinny.
Vinny. Peace.
Thank you.